Hello, it is Wednesday, December 28th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday puzzle today, so midweek, mid-difficulty puzzle. And as you can probably hear, or maybe have heard over the past couple days, I'm feeling a bit congested, so hopefully this video isn't too long and difficult. It should be all right. It should be relatively approachable. And this hopefully relatively approachable edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Alex, Laura Sexton, and a new benefactor, Madeline Lee. So thank you, Madeline Lee, for becoming a benefactor of the Daily Solve, and welcome to the Patreon campaign. Madeline, as well as the other benefactors, will be receiving the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, along with, of course, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you to all 5 of them for their support as benefactors. And if you'd like to join their ranks, you can get that mug yourself as well at patreon.com/dailysolve, or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And by going to patreon.com/dailysolve in general, you can become a supporter at any level, become a patron at any tier. And thank you to everybody who has done that. And in return, you will get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that do go up each week. So thank you to everybody who's a patron. And again, thank you to Madeline Lee, our newest benefactor. All right, so do also subscribe to the channel on YouTube. You can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server in a link in the description field as well. Thank you to everybody who's done those things. And with that, let's get on to today's video. This was constructed by Josh Goodman. This is a debut construction, actually, for Josh Goodman from the New York Times Crossword, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving and see what's going on today. This will be a themed puzzle, of course. So part of a Tibetan leader's title, Dalai as in the Dalai Lama, I would think. And das or die alternative in German, der, so these are all articles, definite articles in German, and I don't know enough German to explain exactly the context of each of them, but they are definite articles in German, I'm pretty sure. 2019 sci-fi film, excuse me, sorry, I'm going to pause this for a moment to clear my throat. Okay, I'm back. So 2019 sci-fi film whose title means to the stars. That would be Ad Astra, which is part of various Latin mottos for different organizations, or maybe Kansas, the U.S. state, possibly incorporates that as part of its motto. An official decree could be an edict. And a disciple of Haile Selassie informally would be a Rasta, so the emperor of Ethiopia, who is an important figure in Rastafarianism. And if one lends an ear, one listens. And a penultimate part of a Shakespeare play would be Act 4, the penultimate act, the second to last act of a 5-act play. Architectural style started strangely in England. This is probably Italianate. Yes, this is sort of not enough of a architectural scholar to be able to explain this exactly, but you'd sort of recognize the style if you saw it. It's kind of a pastiche, kind of Italian-influenced style, I suppose. Okay, what might help someone get a leg up? Oh, a style. So presumably this would mean in a kind of field you have a style, that you have to step over. In farmland or something like that. And the question mark indicates you'd think getting a leg up means getting some assistance in a metaphorical sense, but in fact, we literally are referring to putting your leg up and over something in this case. So the question mark gives us that punny indicator. Oh, as part of a band in 1998, as a solo artist in 2019. Interesting. Let's look at this. Hoagie could be a sub, so a submarine sandwich, a hoagie, a hero, a big sandwich on a roll, and then we've filled out vessel, that's a homophone of 24 across. Oh, so an earn. So presumably this will be earn as in earn a wage. Yes, take home as in take home a salary, earn it. So this, I wonder if this is Stevie Nicks. as part of a band in 1998. I wonder if this is when she was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something like that. Let's look at the downs. Kind of sax. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe this isn't a style in a field, but rather a stilt. Right. Okay. So a stilt is, and you're wearing stilts that elongate your legs. Right. So they put your legs up. Okay, that makes more sense, I suppose. Although I think style makes sense in that regard as well, doesn't it? Anyway, it wasn't the answer. Kind of sax could be a tenor saxophone, the instrument, and to get an A on, to ace a test. There we go. And a group known as O10 in France. Oh, right. This is NATO. This is how NATO is abbreviated in French. I have encountered that in sort of French news reporting and things like that. What is it? I mean, it's essentially just the same letters in a different order, which is often how that works. But I can't actually think of what the proper full French translation is. But in any case, that's definitely NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. But in a different order and with different words, obviously, because they're the French versions. Okay, lowest pitches in chords are bass notes. There we go. And skeleton that's no longer in the closet. An open secret or something? Oh, right. As part of a songwriting duo in 1990, as a solo artist in 2021. Right, so this seems like, okay, this seems exactly the same as the Stevie Nicks thing. Carole King, maybe? Was Carole... I guess it would have an E on the end for it to be the proper number of letters. I can't even remember. This is ridiculous, but I can't remember what bands they were in. I mean, it's absurd, but I can't remember the band Stevie Nicks was in. That is ridiculous. Wow, that is strange. I'm having a complete just blank on that. Okay, well, what about the skeleton that's no longer in the closet? Not sure. Stately tree, an elm tree, I suppose. And concern for online advertisers, for short. Oh, SEO, search engine optimization. And caffeine-containing nut, the cola nut. Goddess of peace is... not sure. Rule stating that the number of transistors per microchip doubles... Sorry, I had to cut out again there. Rule stating that the number of transistors per microchip doubles every 2 years. That's Moore's law. That is sort of a famous computing and sort of engineering principle. Is that still true? I guess, I don't know. And Goddess of Peace, right? I don't know. Irina or Irene, maybe? Not sure. A meadow could be a Lee. Maybe where you'd find a style, but not in this crossword. Social worker who was the first American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know. I mean, I hope I recognize her name when I see it, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Installs again as a painting, rehangs a painting, perhaps. And put on staff is to hire somebody, and then they might take home a salary. Vancouver Island city for which a chocolate treat is named. I'm not sure offhand. Contended is averred, maybe? You stated an argument, you made a contention. Blank mountain dog, breed named for its origins near the Swiss capital. Oh, this never occurred to me before. But Bern is the capital of Switzerland, so Bernese is right of Bern. I never thought about that, but that makes complete sense. Bernese mountain dog. There we go. Okay, so to catch as a criminal is to nab a criminal. And park in Manhattan. So Park Avenue is an avenue in Manhattan. So park in Manhattan, e.g., in other words, an example of an avenue would be park. Oh, Nanaimo. This is a thing. This is a particular sort of chocolate. Is it a sort of sandwich cookie kind of thing or a sort of cake thing? I'm not very familiar with these. I don't even know if I've ever had one, but I'm aware of the existence of the Nanaimo cookie, and I guess it's named after the city. So I suppose that's what that is. Right. I have no idea how widely known that is. I mean, I only sort of vaguely am aware of it, but I think that's the answer. Okay, so place by Pennsylvania Railroad on a Monopoly board. Oh, St. James Place, I want to say, on a Monopoly board. I certainly would not have remembered it was near Pennsylvania Railroad, but I think that's it. Okay. Oh, Jane. One end. Oh, yes. One end of a battery is an anode. So there we go. Okay. So it is Jane somebody. Jane Addams, maybe? Okay. Shelving area in a library. The stacks, where the books are stacked, I guess. And part of a water quality evaluation. A pH test, maybe? Seems likely. San Luis Obispo, California. That's a town in California, so I do know that. San Luis Obispo. It's sort of northern California, but not as far north as the Bay Area. Canadian Thanksgiving month, right? So Canadian Thanksgiving is indeed celebrated in October. I do know that. And polishing aids are cloths, I suppose. You could polish, I don't know, silverware or something with a cloth. And Buckeye State School, this looks like OSU to me. That's Ohio, right? Ohio State University, I guess. Oh, Tina Turner. Oh, right, okay. So as part of a performing duo, I guess that would be Ike and Tina Turner, in 1991, and as a solo artist in 2021. Okay. So there we go. So this is certainly people inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame individually and as members of groups. Okay, so kind of a chemical bond would be an ionic bond. And Russian pancakes are blini. There we go. Yes, indeed they are. And cool is nice. Okay, great. What have we not seen? Skeleton that's no longer in the closet. Oh, right. I keep looking at this and I still don't know. If something really got to you, it ate at you, maybe? And Brit, who wrote The Vanishing Half. Not sure. What about this? Isaac's father in the Bible. Oh, Abraham, the binding of Isaac. He was sort of requested to sacrifice his son. This came up in the crossword just the other day, I think. Understanding a situation. Oh, no, sorry. Understanding of a situation. Oh, a read on a situation could be an understanding of it. And a pop group whose name is also a rhyme scheme. ABBA. A-B-B-A, right? So you could have lines that rhyme in an A-B-B-A pattern. So the A's rhyme with one another and the B's rhyme. So what is this? Oh, a scandal is a skeleton that's no longer in the closet. Right, because it's out in the open now, which is what makes it scandalous, I suppose. And a game with a bat. Oh, T-ball. So like baseball or softball or something, but with a T. Oh, was it Alan Bennett who wrote The Vanishing Half? So Brit, I thought maybe was going to be a name, but I think it just might mean a British person. So Alan Bennett in this case. And does that work? Gives permission is enables someone or something to do something else. And oh, right. Oh, yes. With 60 across, institution in which 1925 and 37 across are thus far, the only 3 women ever to be inducted twice. Oh, that's interesting. So this is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, surely. Institution in which these are thus far the only 3 women ever to be inducted twice. Right, I see. So there are probably a number of men for whom this is also true, more than 3 who were in bands and then had solo careers. But these are the sole 3 women. I see. Tina Turner, Stevie Nicks, and Carole King. Okay, well, all extremely accomplished artists indeed. To strive to achieve is to try for something. And over the bounds is, you went too far, you went over the bounds. Composer Schumann, oh, Clara Schumann, oh, that's a nice sort of tie in to this theme, because Clara Schumann, who is the wife of Robert Schumann, they're both famous composers, but Clara sometimes, as sort of happens, overshadowed by her husband, but a great composer in her own right. So that's a good little tie-in, even though it's not expressly part of the theme. And acronym that might be shouted before a rash act. Oh, YOLO, you only live once. Susan G. Komen is a breast cancer advocacy organization. And erupted with laughter is roared with laughter. Summer hours in Pittsburgh are Eastern Daylight Time, and if something's way off base, it's errant, it's in error, it's incorrect. So it's something unrefined is ore. You could refine metal ore. There we go. Heavens on earth. Edens, maybe? Gardens of Eden, that sort of thing. Let's see if that works. Social worker. Oh, yeah, okay, so this is, I think, Jane Addams. So here we do have another woman sort of given a high honor, so there we go. So in that sense, another sort of way of tying into the puzzle. And then to transfer as a tulip is to repot it, I suppose. So sad. A pity, you might say. And, oh, here's another woman artist. So Janelle, who sang 2010's Tightrope, the great Janelle Monáe. And proud and regal could be leonine, so like a lion. And if you're strict, you're stern. Here we have the Japanese currency is the yen. And like some casts or teams, all-star casts or all-star teams. And then former Giants QB Manning, well, even I've heard of Eli Manning. And then actor Will Wheaton. So is this the puzzle? There it is. All right, there was the Wednesday puzzle. That was, I think, relatively approachable. I suppose I was helped by stumbling on Stevie. This I in Stevie was very helpful because it immediately made this name impossible to be Steve or Steven or something like that. There are certainly fewer famous Stevies than there are Steves or Stevens, so it became much easier to fill that in quickly, and then that helped with the rest of them. So let's just go over this one more time. We have the institution in which these three theme answers are thus far the only three women to have been inducted twice. That's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And these three women are Tina Turner, Stevie Nicks, and Carole King. Very nice and informative theme by Josh Goodman. So that was fun. And then we had little nods elsewhere throughout the puzzle, like Clara Schumann and Janelle Monáe and various other things. So that was nice. A nice theme, good information and history, and well constructed. And there we have it. That was our Wednesday crossword. I'm going to take my leave so you no longer need to hear my stuffy voice. Tomorrow, I don't think I will be back with the daily crossword. I don't think it's going to be possible for me to record tomorrow, so I will be releasing the next in the series of those interesting October 2015 crosswords with sort of never-before-seen mechanics. So look forward to that, the second in that series. And then I should be back with you the following day. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.